Welcome everybody. This is Uranus Divinity. In other words, the Sky God. In other words, I'm an Aquarius. So today, this is my second video, and I'm moving on to Taurus. What I like to do is I take specific cards and I arrange them on the table. I set energies right off the rip. No questions about it. So we have Earth element stability. We have Taurus. I have stability. Taurus, I have stability, earth element. I like to put them at the top of the table to set the overall energy as a Taurian energy. It just helps, I believe, to focus the divine, the messages. And the ruling planet is Venus. I have this out here wandering. I've got it right here right now. So we'll see what she's got to say. And then I have the Scorpio card ready, as Venus goes detriment in Scorpio, and it's basically the next one coming up as far as detriment is concerned, and that's going to be tomorrow, around 10 o'clock, around this time tomorrow. That's going to go detriment, so we're going to see if there's any kind of message with that too. We're going to turn it up. I don't want its energy on the board just yet. Alright, let's get into it. So this is the Barberi tarot. I really like this tarot. It'll be the one that I am using at this point, to start at least. And I just got some runes because I'm interested in learning to read some runes. I have no background in it, I've not started, so if I pull any runes out of here, please give me your love and your patience, as I have to refer to some manuals for that information. But please let me have that. I won't pull too many. I'll just throw a couple out and just see what we got. Alright. All celestial bodies, especially you, Venus, Spirit, and our ancestors. Let's get a 3-card start for Taurus. This is October 7th. Let's go to the end of October. Taurus. So we've got 2 cards. Let's get that out. This one needs to come. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and flip Venus down for now. I don't want our energy on the board too early. Alright, so we have the 5 of Pentacles. I don't typically read this deck reverse, and not at first anyway, but I keep getting the feeling and the messages that yeah, you need to read us in reverse. So where I didn't want to do it, I feel like the deck's taking control on this one. It's telling me I'm going to have to. So anyway, we got the 5 of Pentacles, we have the 9 of Cups, and then we have the Wheel of Fortune card. So we have Taurus, I have stability. So we have the 5 of Pentacles, and that's, you know, I feel like there's an unstable home, body, or finance. When you throw in that 9 of Cups, you know, it's a kind of a relationship or love, fulfillment, attainment, fruition. Just if anybody wanted to see my face, it's so beautiful, right? So I felt like this is a lover's home. This is a family home. And then we also have the Wheel of Fortune upright. This is a good card. Everything seems to be rolling smoothly for now. But we do, it's almost like we're at the very beginning of the instability in the home, because we're not getting too many cards up. But maybe there's a story that goes further. Let's keep moving. That could have been because I had the Venus card upright on the table when I first started, so it may have pulled that loving energy. And right now, the loving energy is not bad. So if that was the case, then this is strictly a home. Let's clarify the Wheel of Fortune. I'm not sure that you can clarify a good luck wheel of fortune, a good turned wheel of fortune, right? We don't want to clarify that. We know why that's there. All right, then we can clarify the Five of Pentacles. As it is reversed, there's an instability starting here, so I guess that's probably the best spot to start. Venus and all celestial bodies and ancestors and spirits alike. Why is this five? There it is. Five of Pentacles. Oh, okay, so this is the Six of Pentacles. My phone won't let me turn off the mirroring, so when words are up there, it's harder to read, but most of these aren't going to have no words. So, again, Six of Pentacles, communication. This is kind of like a cooperation or a harmony of the home. And it was upright. But I know the definition of the creator of this card. I read it a few times, and I kind of made my own understanding of the card. And I totally believe the creators have a big deal when they make these things, because they're imbuing their energies, their thoughts, their conceptions, their swords. You know, they're putting their wands, cups, swords, and pentacles into this thing from their, you know, from inside, from their chakras. That's magic, man. So we always got to take into consideration what kind of energy they put in it. But anyway, on this card, let's see if we can get it going. It's hard to see. Let's see. So we have this dragon in the back, right? And then we have this guy kind of floating around with these mechanical devices, and you see he's got this jet propulsion. Well, the energy, the story I get from this card from the creator is he says, you see that dragon back there? He's toast. But I wouldn't really be that strong if it wasn't for all these wonderful people who made all these gadgets. So basically, I always got like a false sense of power with this card, even though it is the Six of Pentacles, which is typically, you know, a very harmonious home. So it could be a harmonious home, and like I said, most of the time when this card comes out, I get that, but it's not reversed. So we're going to say this is more of a harmonious home. Maybe a little bit of not fakeness, but disguised. Like, sometimes people look like they're in better shape, like finances, or the family's great, or they don't argue, or they're the perfect couple, and in reality, behind closed doors, they're not. Now, I don't want to be fishing for nothing, but we still have a reversed Five of Pentacles. There's still some instability here. So I feel like this may end up being like somebody, like they're faking it, like they're putting up, you know, they're putting up their Facebook profile, but in reality, it's a whole lot different. But let's move on. Maybe I'm wrong. I would rather it be wrong, because that would mean that all you Taurians, or the Taurians that are supposed to get this message, and as per normal, take what resonates with you. Don't create scenarios in your head just because you want them. You be neutral with yourself and be real, and understand that just because this story had a part of you in it, and it leads to something else that like you want, it still may not be for you just because you want it. You have to take your bias out of it, and I don't want nobody to come back at me all angry if they just kind of fed into it. So you got to be, these things are helpful guidance, but you kind of got to have your own North Star too. Anyway, what's going on in the home? What's going on in the home? So maybe it ain't home. Maybe it's just finances. Is there an issue in the finances, Spirit? Venus, is there an issue in the finances here? There it was. We have the Eight of Pentacles. So we definitely have a whole lot of, you know, Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo in here. Of course, this is a Taurus read, so I feel like maybe the Taurus is getting a little unstable, which his card says, I have Earth element stability. So it would lend itself to assume that Taurus is not being Taurus right now, is out of their element for some reason. But we have the Eight of Pentacles, and a lot of times I like to think of eights as like, you know, like mastery. We've mastered this step. It's time to take the next step. So like action or an accomplishment, like we've accomplished this. So that's great because this eight represents that accomplishment, but on the back side it also represents taking the next step. So we have the Eight of Pentacles, which I'm starting to think we're getting close to finances at home, I believe. Maybe the body, which would kind of make sense with how this guy, he said how his strength is coming from, you know, manufactured by other people. That could kind of lend itself to, you know, medical surgeries, things of that nature. Let's move on. So we got an accomplishment, but we did mastery, action, or accomplishment. The finances, home, body. Everyone's good. I think this. I don't know why this Taurus. Why is this Taurus off? Is it just a planetary alignment? Because everything seems freaking wonderful. I mean, you got the Nine of Cups as well. Is that what it is? Somebody's not taking the next step to that 10, and then into the Queen of Cups. Is that what it is? Somebody went a little ways with them. Now they're just kind of slowing up on the Taurus, and you know, the Taurus is very devoted, but they're also very controlling. So they may have stopped at their lover may have stopped at the 9, just because they're so controlling. Maybe there was a marriage he or she asked, this Taurus asked, and the answer's not coming clear. It's not come straight out, and it's kind of throwing them off a little bit. But everything else seems to be in great shape. Finances, the home, the body, the world, their world, their luck, their good fortune. Could be soulmates. Could be karma with the Wheel of Fortune. Fate. Chance. Although the upright Wheel of Fortune can also mean like upheaval, because the thing about the Wheel of Fortune is it's always spinning. We never know where it's going to land at any moment. But let's keep moving. So what is actually this might be a good time to bring in Venus, because my only line that I'm seeing here is within the heart space, because everything else in the home and body and everything, it really seems on point. So, all right, Venus, we're going to bring you to the table. You are directly associated with Taurus. Is some of this Taurian energy having love issues or commitment issues, or are their partner having commitment issues? Could you please clarify that with a 3-card down spread? And the 3 cards down, we'll read. Basically, we'll start reading them as in present day, and then we'll decipher if it was different. Actually, we're going to go past, present, future on this. Yeah. That might actually be a better idea, because we can see that. That's the first, so that's going to be past. Can we get the present and future, Venus? Yep, there's the present. I bet you that's the future. Alright. Okay, so we have the 10 of Swords, the reversed 2 of Swords, and then the Lovers. Right here. This would be the past, present, future for the love space in this Taurian home. So the 10 of Swords, it's kind of, you know, 10s always kind of bring about a completion or a cycle, or end of a cycle, I should say, or even a renewal of a cycle. This cycle could be getting renewed and restarting back to the Ace and coming back. But we have the reversed 2 of Swords. So 2 we always associate with like balance or a partnership or like a duality going on. And then the Swords are Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. They're air. They're intellect, thoughts, ideas, and don't forget that Swords. There's still action. There's not as much action as the Wand. Like the Wand is a passionate action. It's just like, I'm going, you know, there's no thought to this. I'm going because I feel it deep. Swords action comes from thought first, so the mind comes into play first before the action. But we're having like a 2 here, so it's almost like somebody's starting to think that this may not be their forever place, even though it looks beautiful, like everything is going good. This is probably a self-reflection issue right here. I bet you by the end of this we'll probably see it, or if not, we should know this. But we still have the lovers here, so that's hope, though. That's hopeful. Didn't really timestamp the future. It's just the future. That could be 2 months, 6 months, a year. I wouldn't really go much more than a year. But we're going from this, completion or wholesome cycle of the mind. So I say that, like, the thought behind all this was amazing. And somebody got some deterrence here, or something just caused them to start thinking differently. And I wonder if now the way they think, they stopped, they stopped interacting with the Taurus slightly different, and the Taurus picked up on it. And it's kind of starting to throw them out of balance here. Not fully, because everything's still in good shape, everything's balanced. They're starting to they're kind of maybe starting to notice it and wondering, like, well, with this cycle here, and we got the 8s and the 6s, which is, like the wholesome, the harmony, everything's perfect, it's starting to shake it a little. It's really easy to start to see these variances, and sometimes people just get freaking bored. So this could be a case of just boredom. Maybe not be like hating on this person. It could just be getting bored. They need a shake-up. If you're with somebody 10, 15, 20 years, or, it ain't got to be 10, you're with somebody like 2, 3, or more years, sometimes you just need that damn shake-up. And it doesn't necessarily mean there has to be a split-up. It just means you need to come together and fix it, figure it out. But let's move on. We'll see if we can get anything else out of this. Why is this 2 of Swords reversed under our lovely Venus? Why is there a love issue in the mind here? Somebody's second guessing this union, partnership. Because it could be a partnership too. The Lovers card gets me, which the Lovers is directly it's directly attached to Gemini, which is also an air sign. So we've got some swords over here, especially under the love. So I wouldn't doubt if this message goes to a lot of Taurians dealing with Geminis somewhere in the natal chart. Could be yourself, I guess. You're second guessing your own self. Like, do I really love this anymore? This lifestyle, this place, this person? Alright, why is this 2 swords? I feel like they want me to pull out the runes, man. That's the reason. Alright, so in this deck, this would be the Hanged Man. The Hanged Woman. Anyway, so this begs to bring the points of feeling trapped, confined, self-limiting, uncertainty, lack of direction, needing release, letting go. Told you, we're going to start building like inner reflection right here. I'm starting to see that, the way Taurus is, how they take control of the home and they take control of the finances, and that's just them. This person might be feeling like, like not as important in the home, or not as important in the Taurian's life. And it's not even that the Taurian is feeling that way. The Taurian may still have mass passion, but the way that they're built and the way they rule themselves, their daily, their lives, it could disassociate this person out of the home. But so I think the lack of direction, the needing release, because we just spoke of that. I think that's starting to come into play here. And the Taurian, and I think it's really early in it, actually, because the Taurian's world is not flipped upside down. Like, if his world's upside down, his money's all out, he's got a tower moment going on, you know what I mean? He's not. He's sitting this Taurian is looking. I'm sorry if I say he. The Taurian, it's setting almost perfectly for a Taurian. This is a Taurian setup. So this is early, and the Taurian's starting to notice it. All right, so can we get a cause and effect for this Hanged Man? We're gonna go left for what put this Hanged Man in the reading, and we're gonna go to the right side of it for the effect of the Hanged Man. So can we get the cause and effect? We'll go top and bottom card. Or we'll do it this way, however you want, Spirit. You're the one telling me the messages. I'll just read them. Let's get that effect for this Hanged Man under Venus in this home, this Taurian home. I feel it coming. Spirit, Venus. What's going on, guys? Do I need to actually do a real shuffle couple? Get it? Is that what it is? That's probably what it is. I'm starting to feel those tingles. Let's say one more. Yup, that was it. Alright, so we have the One of Wands, which is definitely a new creative or passionate movement cycle, a new cycle of passion or movement. I think this person is, like I said, they're feeling a little kind of like a ghost in their own home or their own relationship, because the Taurian is taking control so much, which is very Taurian-like. It would suit this person very well to understand a Taurian, to understand who they're working with before ever getting to a relationship. But it seems like it's a little far for that now. But so the cause was somebody changed. Aries, Leo, Sag. Somebody changed the passion. The passion moved somewhere. And again, I think it was the disassociation with the home from this person. They lost their passion, or they lost their passion, which caused them to have to kind of start to manifest a new passion. You can't just go passionless forever. But even this could be, imagination. Like, I wish he or she would just go back to what they were when we first got together. That's cultivating or manifesting a new passion, because you're reminiscing on the first time you had the one of Wands here, or the One of Cups. You're reminiscing, and in that you're manifesting out of yourself, and you're creating that passion. And then that also comes the second guessing, uncertainty, the feeling trapped, confined. Feeling trapped and confined is a big happening when you're talking about the person who's with a Taurian, because their nature can really do that to somebody. But then we got the effect. So we have the Five of Wands here. So change, instability. So there's some conflict brewing here. Yeah, there is definitely some conflict brewing here, and it's starting to get a little passionate. This probably hasn't got to the point where it's like screaming and yelling. They may be at the point where it's like, I'm just going to go stay with my mom for the weekend. It's not typical of that person to do it, but they did it. I miss my mom, I want to talk to her, I'm just going to go stay. So they underplay it, but it seems weird to the Taurian. But one thing I want to tell you about this card is, I've had this in quite a few cards, and it always plays out this way. So if you notice, we have like this huge castle, right? And then we have all this fire. It almost seems as if the castle is on fire. But what you don't notice here is this is not a whole army attacking. This guy actually is defending outside of this passion. So this person is defending the home, but it's within. It's behind the lines. It's behind friendly lines is where this fire is starting to come in. So this is definitely starting to create conflict and fire inside this home, or inside their emotions, or inside themselves. That could also be very possible. Why is this Lover here? We need to tie this. I guess maybe they were probably once deeply in love, madly in love, which is probably why all this started. Because how do you go, when you meet somebody first and you're so deeply and madly in love, you and your soulmates, and you feel that. I mean, there's really nowhere else up to go. There's only maintaining. There's only way to go is back down, and that might have been what happened. Can we try to pull a free will? We're gonna go back to the Taurian. Let's see if we can get a free will decision, a change or something to implement to bring this person back from this second guessing this direction. Bet you just stop being a Taurian and try to be a lot more deeper with your passion. You love them, we know it. You know it. But you gotta learn how to show it to this person. And if this person is, if your person is Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, I'll tell you this right now: intelligent conversation, thought, being very spontaneous with your thoughts, thinking up some of the most abnormal things. Can we get a free will? Is there a free will decision? If there's a decision, there's got to be two, right? Give me the other half of this free will decision. Where's the other free will decision here? Let's cut it and run it. Where is that free will decision? There it is. So, when I ask for free will decisions, I always do it in the most, optimistic ways. Doesn't always mean that there is absolutely a free will decision here. But what we got was the reverse Ten of Pentacles, and then we got the Emperor. So the Emperor is Aries. We got some more passionate fire here, and go right along with what's starting to brew. And then we have the reverse Ten of Pentacles, which is like the end of a home or financial cycle. So some of the outcomes are, and I don't even think this is a free will decision. I'm sorry, I don't know if there's one here. Looks like the outcome is going to be the loss of your current stability. Sorry, Taurus. Stability is going to be lost. All this up here where I thought was so wonderful, it's going to change big time. But then we have the Emperor. It's a wonder we didn't get a tower out of this, and that would be amazing. But we have the Emperor, which can signify an older man. It definitely signifies stability, dependability, fatherhood, father figure, structure, authority, logical, practical. So if this was this isn't even a free will decision. This is just what it's moving to. So the house is going to get shook up, but Taurus, you looks like you're going to stay strong in your strength, which is good. You should always stay in your strength. I know why we're having issues. We haven't clarified this world. What's going to happen to the future in this world as we move along and move further. Now, here we go. All right, so we have the reversed King of Pentacles under the world, or the Wheel of Fortune. Sorry, and then the reversed Eight of Wands. So again, I like to think of those as like taking the next step. With it reversed, it's seeming like somebody's reluctant to take the next step. Somebody does not want to change. Taurus, that's you stubborn fool. You need to change. Everybody's got a karmic journey here. And a lot of times it goes against what you are at your deepest level. Like Taurians are amazing in stability and planning finances and stuff. But they get so overbearing with it. You cast people out of your lives and they feel less important. You gotta stop that. You gotta learn how to temper yourself. And that's your karmic journey. So you gotta learn to change some. You don't have to change everything. Change a little bit. Give them something. Show them that you're willing to change because you love them that much. You don't have to change everything. And if they start to if they don't temper what they want, and they start to take, then you change too much, and then that falls back on them because they're not balancing. It's all a balancing act here. So give a little. Don't give everything. Give a little. And keep giving a little. And get your reaction, get your love, and give a little more. And then ask for something back. And then give a little more, and then ask for something until you create that cycle. Once you get that energy cycle going back and forth, you really tap into the divine, and you become something special. Everybody, anybody can do that. But yeah, it just looks like, refusal to change, and it's gonna change. It's gonna change your home, your world, most definitely. All right, so another thing I brought in here is. There it is. Venus. Venus is going to enter Scorpio, like I said, tomorrow, right? Well, that is detriment. That's detriment for Taurus. So we're going to see what kind of effects we get from this detriment. So this is about to pop off possibly tomorrow. Even it could be as close as tomorrow. What message does Scorpio bring this Taurian? Bring our Taurians, all of our Taurians, sun, moon, rising, any one of you that's got the Taurian in there. But this seems like a sun Taurian, definitely. This is very extroverted. This is very outwardly. This story, the majority of this message, I should say, is going to a sun Taurian. Oh, all right. So Scorpio has these messages. We have the reversed Fool, and we have the Page of Pentacles. So our page is, very inexperienced people, but they do have some desires and some stability with them. They're naturally earthian. Pages are. So this is the epitome of a page right here. The willingness to learn, which is going to come in handy when you learn how to change. The willingness to learn about the person sitting opposite of you, which is your counterpart, your male or your female that is in your home with you, your kids, your family, whatever it is that's whatever this is right here. Then we have the reversed Fool. So this can mean like being reckless, careless, negligent, stupid, distraction, apathy, irrationality, lack of fun, hope, or faith. Be aware of that. You're going to get something from there. And I would like to say, with this 10 turning down, I feel like you're going to do some of the stupidity part. But you're going to come back strong. You're going to come back stable with a message. Pages also bring messages. They're curious, eager to learn, explore all that their suit has to offer. So this could be this could show you that during this detriment in Scorpio, you might actually, and it's coming up tomorrow, you got to go inside of yourself and figure out what you're willing to budge on. You can't keep being that hard-headed bull all the damn time. You can't. You just can't. Nobody can deal with that. And you had everything set up, and you're probably starting to feel the effects of being a full-on Taurus and letting it just take you, and not balancing it, not tempering it, and not living your karmic journey for this life. You're letting that Taurian energy take way too much control. You need to balance that. And this Fool is telling you, watch out for making dumb decisions here starting tomorrow. Oh man, I didn't even think about it. I didn't calculate when it would actually leave Scorpio. Venus it's probably going to be there somewhere around a month, a little less, a little more. So for starting tomorrow for about the next month, think 2 to 3 times before you speak or do. And a matter of fact, write that everywhere you see, like your mirrors. When you get up and you see that, write that. Put it on a morning cup of coffee message, at 9 a.m., 10 a.m., whenever you're drinking your cup of coffee, have it come through your phone. think 2 to 3 times a day before doing or saying anything. And make sure you understand the consideration for this counterpart. And I think you're going to be all right, because this reading wasn't too bad. There's some hiccups. There's some things that, if not handled properly, we could end up in a tower moment, and we could end up with just nine of swords, 7 of swords. You know what I mean? That kind of issue. Right now, you're in the early going. You're not bad, Taurus. This is on you. Figure out where you can budge some and let some of that Taurian energy go, and I think you guys will be perfect. But I have a Facebook page, Uranus. It's you can see it in the in this video. You can see how I spell it. So it's Uranus Divinity. I do a lot of live readings with groups up in there. The energy is just insane because there's just stuff flowing in and out, and I'm trying to piece it together. I'm a lot more loose in that one. I'm making jokes, I'm having fun with it a lot more. Since we are focused on a Taurian, and it does kind of focus the energy, I tried to be much more stern and serious in this one, which is the way to do it. But come join me on the live ones, man, and talk to me. I love it. I love hearing people talk. I love talking to people and feeling their energy. I'm here to hopefully save lives, change lives, guide people. This is a newfound energy for me, but it's been in my family all my life. Not necessarily the tarot, but I have family members that have done some amazing things without divination tools. I always wondered why I didn't have it, but shit, I did have it. I just had to unlock it. But anyway, I like to try to always get this message in every video, and I'm going to try to remember to start closing with it. Always remember, from my experience already in this short time of me opening up this third eye, or this energy, the universe brings us 2 major messages. 1 is self-reflection, understanding yourself, and 2 is unconditional love. If somebody does you wrong 15 times and you backlashed once, you need to figure out why you backlashed once. And don't justify it with the 15 times that they did it. That's their problem. They got to figure out why they did that. You don't have to be around anymore for them to continue to do that. That's on you. But that one time is not justified by the 15. There's nothing that justifies that. It's on you to fix that one time, even if they did the 15. But anyway, much love, namaste, and I appreciate your time.